Is you faded, so faded, Is you faded, so faded, Who got me faded? 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 Who?
And the beat drop like.
Who got me faded? 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 This paradise somehow related. Reality so complicated. All of this life we don't waste it. Fighting to stay illuminated. All of my people the greatest. Just tryna get elevated. Switch up these situations. Know why them people be hating, debating, and faking all up in your face. Bitches need to be erased. Light it up, give you a taste. Gotta do this for my race. Give it and they will embrace. Music to heal from the hate. Not that much more we can take. Taking these breaths away. Telling my people to fight back. Gotta think smarter like Chirac. Lighting it up, we make contact. All of these leaders, I like that. Then I switch it up, last fold. See them flying up, are you ready? Let's go. Better think twice before you go down that road. Can't you see the mind control? Who got me faded? 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 So faded. Yeah, we so faded, yo. Who got me faded? Who got me faded? Who got me faded? Who got me faded? Waking up dizzy. Never felt like this after a Jesse. Sky so shifty. Open my eyes and sip on this Remy. Oh, so faded. Sick of these niggas always debating. Secretly hating. No relation, infiltrating. What do we do with our people? Don't wanna wake up their life being sheeple. Picking that cotton, never in the steeples. Raising the system where black is illegal. RBG. These be the niggas that's making you think. Time to get free. Rocking them colors that red, black, and green. When you and me get the coins with artillery. Packing up the extra heat. Warriors, you're feeling me. Time to get down. Gorilla welfare, don't make a sound. Sirens and copters all around. Setting you up to go underground. So you can be fooled. Don't be fooled. Them Hannibal Lecters after you. Time to shoot. Now what you gon' do? Look at your youth and get us some truth. Cock that shit back, then get on the move. Taking the heat for these crystal seeds. If you awake, then you know what I mean. Who got me faded? 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 Sleep and I'm faded. Eat and I'm faded. Drink and I'm faded. Wake up and I'm faded. Sleep and I'm faded. Eat and I'm faded. Drink and I'm faded. Wake up and I'm faded, yo. So faded, yo. Thinking about our babies, yo. Cause I'm such a lady, it's so hard for me to let it go. I can't let it go, but I'm about to let you know. Keep fucking with her, baby. I'ma have to let this power show. Faded. Who got me faded? Who
got me faded?
Who got me faded?
Talk to him, Dr. Clark.
He called for the unity and the redemption of the African world.
Salute the Honorable Marcus
We
Garvey.
were not ready to listen then.
They might not have been ready then.
There's wonder whether we are ready
Ain't no doubt about it.
to listen
We ready, baby.
now.
Let's go. Yeah.
My flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
Black fists in the sky, waving side to side.
If the flag fly high,
Come on.
my flag fly high, flag fly
liberation, that's how we get the letters RBGs.
Flag fly high, flag fly high, flag fly high.
Black fists in the sky, waving side to side. If your flag fly high, come on.
My flag fly high, flag fly high, my flag fly high.
RBGs on the rise, all eyes don't recognize.
My flag fly high.
Been blind minds since 99. People army them know the time. I'll the drab on my design. We roll ready. Hard line. Ain't no games with that red flame. Triple stage of that black bang. Revolution in my veins. Till we free, I won't change. And you can count on that like an abacus. Celebrate the victories and the challenges. It's deeper than social media statuses. This lifestyle full of nation building practices. Yeah.
My flag fly high, my flag fly high, my flag fly high.
Black fists in the sky, waving side to side. If your flag fly high, come on.
My flag fly high, flag fly high, my flag fly high.
RBGs on the rise, all eyes don't recognize.
My flag fly
I
high.
represent that red, 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 black, 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 green, green, green. RBG, I'm about that red, 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 black, 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 green, green, green. That RBG, I'm about that red, 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 that black, 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 that green, green, green. RBG, I'm about that red, 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 black, 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 green, green, green. That RBG, baby. RBG, baby. Come on.
Fly high, my flag fly high, my flag fly high.
Shout out to all my RBGs worldwide. Doing this thing garbage style, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Flag fly high, my flag fly high.
Come on.
Flag fly high, my flag fly high, my flag fly high. RBGs on the rise, all eyes gonna recognize. My flag fly high. Yeah. Black power, black power. Oh, it's so for real, y'all. It's so for real.
I do a little different introduction today, okay? You understand what I'm saying? We here celebrating the legacy of Black love. I heard it's Black History Month, you know. How we we we're gonna talk about that. It becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some present others and welcome back to the platform for 21 questions. This time, the one only Black love advocate, my soul sister, my RBG sister, my Pan African sister, Empress Eshe in the building. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be back on here. I always am grateful to get to be on the Do the Knowledge radio show. It's two more titles that I got to add to that. I got to add wife and mother to that also because those are just as important, if not more, because that's my motivation for all the things that I'm able to do. So, most definitely, it's good to be here today.
So honest to the mother, honest to the wife, honest to the sister, because that's where life is
Ashe.
and will be. Okay. So how you feeling? It's been a minute, right? I ain't seen you since 2024.
It's been a minute, man. 2024 went that long ago. But I'm definitely glad to be back. I've really kind of been kicking stuff off with my new voice podcast, really trying to expand the topics and different stuff that I'm talking about and really trying to catch some attention. I'm really trying to, catch everybody's ear and be able to have a platform to be able to say the things that I need to say, or as the old folks say, have a pot to piss in. So it's one of those things where I'm really trying to build and build and build. And it's been a slow build so far, but it's been a steady build also. So I'm grateful to see that. I'm grateful to be able to reach out and meet so many new people. You know what I'm saying? And slowly but surely becoming my new self of who I am as far as rebuilding myself. You know what I'm saying? I have done music for so many years and I still intend to do music, but there was a time period that music kind of came to a halt and life was life, and you know what I'm saying? But now as I'm rebuilding and refreshing everything in life, I'm really excited to have a chance to be able to do that. So really that's all I've been doing in the meantime, in between time.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I know we got a lot on the plate, a lot to discuss, quote unquote, but the new voices you've been reaching and touching on. Tell us some of the things you discussed and just kind of this wave, within this
Mhm.
last year or so, 2024 going into 2025. I don't want the woke police to chop me up talking about, it ain't the new year yet, but the calendar year changed in
You know what
2025.
we mean.
Right. So, uh,
Yeah,
how's
in this
it?
last year, 2024, really, I was just focusing on what do I want to do. And I think that's really integral. You can reach a point in your life where you think you grown. And then life really is like, nah, it's a whole nother level to this. You don't even really know. So, what do I want to do? Where did I want to take this whole thing? And did I want to go ahead and step out and be a voice and really, reach out to be able to speak on the things that I'm an advocate for. Like you said, Black love advocate, more than anything, Black family advocate. You know what I'm saying? Also, really just being a voice for pushing women to have a lot of accountability. We're in a time period that shuts down a lot of women from being accountable and really keeps us in this circle of, blaming somebody else or shifting blame and everything like that. And I really think it's time for us to now stand up in our power and stand up and hold ourselves accountable for the things that we can do better or the things that we can make a difference in. I think that, also there's a lot of things as far as Black men and Black women being at fault with each other that we really need to work on. You know what I'm saying? Because I can speak about Black women, but I can also speak about the things that Black men do that cause a hindrance as it relates to Black people being able to come together and be a family. A couple of other things that I came across, which is one of the questions I wanted to talk about today, is all of these delineations, all of these separations that we making about each other as a people. You know what I'm saying? Like we're creating more separations than anybody who's our enemy ever could. We're doing it ourselves and chopping ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that that's one of the biggest things that I've seen as well. Also, there was a whole lot of stuff that happened behind this election. Oh my God. People was acting like they lost their mind. People was like never talking to their family members again and all this stuff. Like people was really acting like this was going to be the end all be all for their life. And so there was a lot behind that. Also now with Trump taking office, there's been a lot of stuff that's been happening so far since then as well. So there's a lot of key things that have been happening that I've been kind of trying to keep my eye on. Well, one thing that I've been incorporating is I've also been incorporating some of the more current events and stuff like that. Also, some of the stuff that has had to do with celebrities and everything. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to open up as it relates to what I really want to do, who I want to be able to reach out to, because I want to be able to, be in the niche as it relates to my RBG Black Power brothers and sisters, but I also want to be able to reach those who may not be at that point yet. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to be able to extend to Black people in different places of the planet. You know what I'm saying? And so when looking at politics and stuff like that in America, I also look at different things and stuff that happen in different countries to be able to bring that into correlation with what we have going on here as well. So that's what I've been looking into. I don't know. You still there, big bro? I don't know if he's still here, but well, while we waiting on him to come back online, I just wanted to say that, there's a couple of things that I wanted to be able to have us talk about today because I know that, with this platform, then it really kind of gives the freedom to be able to talk about a lot of the stuff that may not just normally be talked about in conversations online and social media. Social media is one of those things where you have to be so regulated and everything. And I think that we don't have enough platforms where we can express how we feel or what we think about different things. And that's the thing that I always love about Do the Knowledge Radio. We able to really keep it real with each other and really just be able to, communicate with each other, have that type of vibe. So, I definitely always love when I'm able to come onto this show. And I think Big Bro dropped out for a little bit.
Tall woman with a body like a gazelle. Reach high for the sky, mama taught her well. Praise the gods, any shape, any form. Conjure up a storm cloud. It rains, it pours, let it fall down. Spirit dance, Cherokee, Blackfoot. Put a pound to the ground, two step is all it took. Hey, I used to run from the sound of the drums. Cause spirit would hear it, and spirit would come. African dance, rhythm of the king can be the sounds of life. But we should dance, got me moving in the trance. Circle motion got me going and going. African dance, African dance, African dance, African dance, African dance, hey, African dance, African dance, African dance, hey, African dance, African dance, African dance, hey. I used to run from the sound of the drums. The spirit would hear it, the spirit would come. I never felt this feeling before, but my body moving around like it already know. I just release, let go. All them burdens I've been bearing, I ain't carrying no more. I reach high, feel low. Let your chakras open up, let the feeling in your soul get high, feel low. Let your chakras open up, let the feeling in your soul. African dance, African dance, African dance, African dance, African dance, hey, African dance, African dance, African dance, hey, African dance, African dance, African dance. Just move, 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 make your body 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 just move. So some y'all can do, live it, joy, mangiare, do you ride, what you just move, move, move. Your body just move, 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 move.
This tie here, RBG, repatriation the situation. I just want to let y'all know I hear all that shit y'all talking. You know in your heart of hearts you can't fuck with this. You knows that. Why I'm tripping, y'all knows that. Let's start talking, let's get into it. Whoa, hold up, what they talking about? I hear you. Matter of fact, fuck all that they talking about. Fuck all that yakety yak, wanna run they mouth. Machete clappity clap, oh goon run them out. Cross the border, show say arrow, hunt them down. Babaloo, why you clean off, it ain't nothing now. 30,000 in the air, my phone still on. Writing rhymes, earphones, with the kill on. Get the skill on, little homie, the real on. EI's getting the chill on, watching me get my meal on. Take a stand in the wreck, get my build on you. You disrespect the whole set and get your still on. Ma do if you can, get your bill on. Debit card swipe up performance is getting tighter. I'm older and plus I'm nicer the most. Shoot it, I sip on. Most of y'all skip the protocol. Trip on forces and slip, bust your head. Train of thought wreck, you there, didn't do what y'all we goon said. Now it's cold red, skeptics is begging to get my heel on. Back like I never left, proper like a sweater vest. I'm the ancestors' favorite rapper, Megadeth. That's true. No guitars though, just a hard blow. That's true. Nicest priest on these beats as far as bars go. A Joshua Eli's on my chest as far as scars go. Stars go to Fargo, stand and rock for photo ops. Bypass their own hood like they don't know the block. Faking culture shots like they forgot them struggles. All befuddled when that muzzle blast cats be like. Suffering succotash beats, concrete, street with sophistication. Repat nation, we deep, baby. Plus RBG certified, fly like the butter with the golden box cutter. Hello, yeah. She's so flirtatious, smile like the Nile, her booty so outrageous. Classic yet refreshing, just to know you is a blessing. Peach snaps in the flukes, here's a toast to patience. Oh yeah, a closed mouth don't get fed. She came to bed and woke up with your moja on her head. I just wanna see the fam blossom. Inhibitions, I lost them, I'm feeling awesome. My shit. Oh man, Sundiata, I told you they weren't fucking with me, car.
You need to ask yourself that. Why do you eat food? You need to ask yourself, what is food? Because we got consumables, as acidic, dry, whatever you want to call it, and then we got alkaline, wet, real food. We got fake food and we got real food. Now you growing up in this world, I don't know how old you is. If you my age, you 20, you 28, 29, we is the last ones to know what real is. These jits don't know what real is because they being raised on the fake. So they put the germ in the seed. Roundup ready. They put the germ in the seed. They got fake seeds. So I'm telling you, this is war. Yeah. This is fucking war. You got to learn the real, and you got to decipher from the fake because it's getting hard to tell. And that's my message.
Yeah. Got to know the real from the fake because it's getting hard to tell out here. Okay, and that's a perfect segue to the first, kind of question that I have on the topic of Black family, on the topic of Black love. A lot of these things that are pulling us apart in the virtual space are fake, right? They're skits and they're this or that, and they're showing all of these things out here. How do you think they play into, from your perspective, the decision making that's happening by the Black family as a whole, whether it's elders or youth, because everybody's on the internet now, and their decision making. So if you looked at the skits, if you looked at the balloon popping and all of that stuff, right? Since we're in that world right now, in the space of authenticity, does it make it harder to choose or not harder to choose based off of these artificial influences?
Well, it's much more even than just fake. I believe that really it's something that is an agenda that's being pushed. And because of that agenda, it really is taking a lot of the authenticity and also just the realness of the balance between black men and black women. I'll say this as it relates to different stuff like the balloon pop and all of that stuff, but even as it relates to, you know what I'm saying, the TikTok videos, a lot of the couples who get on a post on the TikTok videos and stuff like that, it's hard to tell who really has an authentic relationship and who's getting on there for likes and clicks because I'm not gonna lie to you, you got a lot of young people now, right? Because I've been spending a lot more time around young people. I say young people. I know I'm still young, but I'm saying like people that's younger than me, people that's like late teens, early 20s and stuff like that, right? And really their relationships are lasting a lot shorter. You know what I'm saying? Not even just like, oh, shorter than, our grandmas and great grandmas, but even more so than people in my generation. And their relationships are lasting a couple weeks, maybe a month or two or whatever, because of the fact that when they see all of that stuff that's televised on social media and everything, they really be believing that if it don't look like that, then it must not be real. If it don't look like that, then it must not be right. If it don't look like that, then you know what I'm saying, then I don't want to be in it. I believe that there's a lot of an agenda that is to pull people away from relationships because it is being made to look like either there's a fake fantasy version of it where both the people are perfect and then anything else outside of that is not acceptable, right? Or there's this horrifying view of relationships that you're just gonna be arguing every day and it's just gonna be horrible and it's just gonna be awful and it ain't even worth it to be in it because look at all of us single people. We're happy, we glowing, we doing all this stuff, like you know what I'm saying? So like those are the narratives that's being pushed relationship wise. And I really feel like, there really don't look like it's no hope for young people. They like, well, what's the use of me actually seeking out to have a family and all of that stuff? It's funny because I was talking to some sisters yesterday and I was telling them the fact that how a lot of young women view childbirth and stuff like that. I've had a lot of young women say, I don't think I would have no babies, you know what I'm saying? Then I have to go through all that and this pain, and then I got to go through raising the kids and all of this stuff. And it's kind of like, yeah, but you know how many millennia that women have been doing this? It's really not nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Like the pain part, as you can see, people live through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I believe that that really is kind of how a lot of young people view relationships also. They look at it as something that's more labored. You know what I'm saying? Either it's got to look like an Instagram couple or else it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen young people leave relationships for very trivial reasons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, he, didn't change his shoes when I thought he should have changed his shoes. They didn't match his outfit. So why would I be with him? And like you mentioned, the balloon pop thing. If you've ever sat and watched an episode of that, you will see some of the most shallow reasons in the world. A woman will pop her balloon. The lady will ask her, so yeah, we got this man here. So why'd you pop your balloon? Like you don't want to talk to him or whatever. I just didn't like his outfit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's that trivial, but it does create that level of fakeness, I guess, when you think about it, just to answer your question. I can't hear you if you're talking.
I had popped my balloon. My bad. Hold on.
Hell no.
So
Uh-uh.
made it from wherever it was to Saturday Night Live. Now you know it's
Mm,
now like it. If it was something that they were doing just because, whatever the case may be, or any of those other little things that they're doing, Dave
mhm.
Chappelle and them are doing it now. You have to include
I
it in
saw
the
that.
thing public. So it becomes now, if it was something that was real or something that was scripted, either way it goes, it's corporate now. We went
Yeah,
from conscious to woke. Woke is corporate.
right,
So
exactly. So from what
Now
I
it's
understand,
whatever
as
it is.
far as the pop the balloon thing, it started with the 20v1 videos or whatever, like to where
Mhm.
they had it to where it would be one person. It's kind of like a concept of like a dating show type of concept, and people was doing it. And then they would have different editions like Pop the Balloon, seniors edition, Pop the Balloon, you know what I'm saying? Like they even have it for homosexuals, they have it for, you know what I'm saying? Like they have all different types. So it became something that was trending. And 9 times out of 10, something that's trending is gonna make its way to, the mainstream, like you said, the corporate world. So
Right. So once it finds its way over there, you'll never get it back. So if it was yours, then it's not yours
right.
anymore.
It's gone.
Yeah, you'll see that stuff in commercials and all that stuff now because of it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what question did you have?
All right, so my first question that I had actually was about something that kind of blew up a little bit ago, a couple months ago, which was the Fat Joe thing. Now, I wanted to ask you about the Fat Joe thing. Of course, it kind of opened up the discussion about who started hip hop, but it also kind of started up the conversation about whether the people who started hip hop were FBA, which is Foundational Black American, or if they were non-FBA, the non-FBA people, which Fat Joe was saying that the people who were Puerto Rican had a role in starting hip hop, and also a couple of other people who was from Jamaica and different stuff like that. So did you I'm sure this crossed your radar, but what was your thoughts on that?
I didn't have too many thoughts on it at all because I know how people take stuff and twist it based off of whatever
Right.
these agendas is. The benefit is we've been here for a long time, so we get to see people come get sensationalized. Yesterday was Trayvon Martin's birthday, so a lot of the people that came into our movement, they came around that time, or they came around when Sandra playing. So whatever it is, whenever you want to raise a banner, raise a flag, or whatever the case may be, these are the things that sensationalism moves you, right? So it's like, oh, I came into the Black Panther Party for self defense because of Denzel Dowell, right?
Or whatever
Not
happened at the
because
time.
of
Right.
black people, right? Not because or Medgar Evers or Martin Luther King, whatever it is, you can point to a point in time where people do that. So
Mhm.
hip hop didn't mean anything to anybody when it started. And it's about 30 years of hip hop history that people don't even know. They weren't even
Mhm.
alive, right? So now 50 years of hip hop, again, something goes corporate, it's everywhere now. Now it's like, oh, who started it? Nobody cares who
To kind of
started it.
stir the pot. Right.
Right. So, and they're talking about New York City. I'm from New Jersey. New York City,
Mhm.
this black and brown thing, utopia that they painted, it ain't happened. It might have happened some places, but it didn't happen everywhere.
Mhm.
So we have to really be realistic about it. I don't care about how people feel. We live in reality. Reality was 50 years ago, something happened. And even
Mhm.
that's debatable amongst the people that said it happened 50 years ago, right? Were we rapping before 50 years ago? Yes. Were we breakdancing before 150 years ago? Yes. Were we
But
writing
were
on
we
things
calling it
before
hip
50
hop?
years ago? Yes. But even those are technical terms. Hip hop comes in the 80s, the word hip hop. You see
Okay.
what I'm saying? So when you get hell bent based off of your ego and all that, that's the one thing. Writing on a train or writing on the wall used to be illegal. You go to jail for it. You could
Right.
go
The
to
spray
jail
painting.
for having spray cans in your possession, markers in your possession. You understand? Like, so all that stuff that they talk about becomes something because it's time to be on the internet and it, you know how to get
Yeah.
people riled up about something.
And I have a
So,
sub question to that before we go to the next one, because this
yeah.
started coming up, right? The term FBA. And
Mhm.
I've only been hearing about it maybe for the past 5 years if I've been hearing people use it. And really not even then. I heard about it, but it's really only became popularized in the past 2 to 3 years. Um So really, there's been this debate as far as FBA versus Pan-Africanism. So where would you say that you fall on that spectrum?
Now, see, this is something that's more nuanced than the hip hop question. This is
Hmm.
a question of identity,
Right,
not what comes from identity. And that discussion is as old as the 1600s. It's not new.
right,
There's
exactly.
always been a delineation between whether or not we're going to identify ourselves as African or identify ourselves as Black or identify ourselves as American. Should we stay here? Should we go back to Africa? It's none of that's new. None of it. None of it's new. So
Hmm.
now, give me 1 second. All right, my bad. All right, that's not new. How you identify yourself is not new. Even the thing about the native and aboriginal, that's not new. None of these things are new, right? These
Yeah.
are things to where whether the earth is round or flat isn't new. That's the 1500s, right? So,
Right.
so we're recycling things that happen. The delineation for me is you can identify yourself however you want to identify yourself, but not at the expense of the other, right? So if foundational Black Americans are raising this flag and say this is how we want to identify ourselves, more power to them. Not where we saying, oh, we not African. We went through that too. That ain't new either, right?
Hmm.
So the people who want to identify themselves as African, Pan African, African Centered, whatever, allow them to do that, and they allow you to do that. It shouldn't be a thing where it's supposed to be quote unquote division based off of that
Right. A
delineation.
versus.
Your delineation, you should
Exactly.
organize with your people. You see what I'm saying? Organize with your people. Now,
Exactly.
poaching is something else. Now, you over here poaching, like
Right.
trying to pull people, that's something different.
Yeah, well,
But
see, that's where it comes in for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you are, talking about other people because of the fact that they don't, identify as Black American or foundational Black American, if you are, coming out against Black people from other places and stuff like that, then that's not just identity. That more so goes into now it's becoming a gang war or something.
right. And another tool that nobody benefits from. Okay. Another tool
Exactly.
that nobody benefits from. I could see the reason why people are calling themselves ADOS or FBA. I could see it. I
Hmm.
know it's old, but I could also see the rationale. When Black people want to identify themselves here that have gone through the atrocities that we've gone through here, then there's people coming out of the woodworks like, oh, we was kings movement. You understand? Like so the virility of continental Africans being disrespectful to Black Americans, right? Quote unquote. And National Geographic has a lot to do with the disruption of it all. And then you start looking at cinema. Cinema becomes another thing. Cinema
Hmm.
plays another thing on how we identify ourselves. I remember that movie Sugar Hill, and in Sugar Hill, Wesley Snipes and I think it was Michael, something, him and his brother was in the film, and they went to meet with these Africans, right? Because they wanted to get out of the bed with the Italians. They didn't want to. So now they're both in the criminal underworld, right? They're both selling drugs, quote unquote, in this film.
Hmm.
But the the Africans wasn't going to do no business with the Black Americans. They were calling them a kata. He was like, "What is this a kata? A kata shit?" He said, "Black American cotton picker." And they fought, blah blah blah. He was like, Wesley said something to his brother. He said, "At the time, we looked for them for our history and our culture." And his brother looked at him. He said, "You want history and culture? Read National Geographic." So even that little psychological shift, right?
Yeah.
That's then. That's then. If you look at that first Black Panther, that was another time where this comes back to the forefront again. You see
True.
what I'm saying? Where in Shidaka versus his cousin. So now the family, nobody wins when the family feuds, right? So this
Exactly.
versus this. So again, it becomes infused in regards to the identity. And when you don't have an identity, it's your identity in crisis. So when you're looking at this person that looks just like you
Mm-hmm.
and they socialize themselves in this way and identify in this way, that's one thing, right? And then you over here, you look at it in another way. There is a pride and a cultural reverence for Mother Africa that only comes from Black people in America, that the continental Africans don't have, that they recently got again after some of their leaders, right? We can name them Kwame Nkrumah, Sekou Toure, some of them were intermingling with Black people in America in that cultural nationalism and that cultural pride, and some of the militaristic and financial influences of the
True.
60s and the 70s play a different role, similar to what the 14, 15, 16, 17, 1800s from the mother continent and other places, whether we look at Haiti, whether we look at Jamaica, whether we look at other places in the Caribbean,
Yes.
South and Central America, aiding in the reformation of Black people in America. So because we don't have all of those stories together,
Exactly.
there's a negative attitude towards America and negative attitude towards Africa that the rest of the world benefits from.
Because you know what's interesting? It's interesting you brought up the Caribbeans and also I would say some parts of Latin America where you have the Afro Latinos, because when you look at their understanding of the connection to African and being people of African descent, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is even sometimes stronger in those places, the way that they've held on to the culture and the way that they've held on to and preserved African culture, you know, in ways that, like you mentioned, sometimes people actually on the continent have yet to really come into that same pride of the spiritualities and the culture and everything like that. So most definitely I would say that this experience in the diaspora, or more specifically, you know, those of us who were brought through the transatlantic slave trade, you know, it did give us a level of passion. And so I I don't think that there's anything wrong with us saying, you know, we identify, you know, if you were to say, okay, we identify as Africans in America, and that's just what I always say. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like once you cut off the African part and you cut off the African connection, that's where it becomes, you know, a level of delusion. Because how constructive really can it be if you are cutting off the part of it that is the origin and that we really get our power from? Because all the things that I feel that we've been able to create since we've been in America is because of those African genetics inside of us. So that is kind of as I have watched the whole FBA thing unfold and how it has sat across the board from Pan-Africanism. That's where I have seen some of the issues come in, because I feel like one thing that it does not really speak to is the African origins. And if it were to speak to those African origins, there would have to be an admittance of the fact that there's a connection to people in other parts of the planet that have that African origin as well. You know, so that was my first question. I know that was a whole lot.
Sheesh, that sounds like we got to do a part two already. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I think
well,
we have to
maybe
do
so.
a
I'm down
part.
for it.
Yeah,
But I'm trying
maybe
to get
we
to your question though.
this. Well, the first one that was something. The second one is this fear mongering and the scare tactic, because you touched on it initially when you came on
Mhm.
about. So we have a cultural divide, we have a political divide, and an
Sure.
economic divide. So now, uh, as the way you sit and looking at the landscape of it, how much has this fear mongering exacerbated or quelled the look for self-identity in regards to Black people even looking within themselves. Because in order for us to build families with one another, we have to be able to see each other. So, from
I'm
your
gonna
perspective,
use a recent example of what happened, right? When you say the fear mongering, what it makes me think of is people putting stuff on social media and running with it, and everybody taking it and running with it and not even realizing the untruth in it, right? And I'm gonna connect it to your question. So most recently, like you mentioned in the beginning, Black History Month, right? I don't know if you were hearing this, but the main thing that everybody was talking about was the fact that they were saying that Trump canceled Black History Month, right? Like, I don't know. Did you hear that?
I did. I did. I
So
heard something.
everybody was talking about that, right? So I was like, I gotta look into this. Something don't sound right. He canceled Black History Month. Something don't sound right about that. So from what I found out, Black History Month was not canceled at all. As a matter of fact, there's a yearly proclamation that the president, whoever's the president at the time, has to sign in order to declare that it is like Black History Month or whatever. And it was signed. Also, it's one of those things where, you know, it has something to do with the Department of Defense and everything like that, right? But ultimately, Trump didn't cancel Black History Month. Now, the reason that I bring that up is because I started seeing people who didn't even celebrate Black History Month, or people who was like, yeah, whatever, Black History Month. Next thing I know, everybody's posting like Black History Month. Yeah, we blackity black, all of this stuff, right? And so it was really interesting to me to see how that evoked everybody to try to hurry up, and it was less genuine and more based on a trend, in my opinion. But I do think the fear mongering that you're talking about is one of those things that kind of pushes people in a direction. I think that it's one of those things that can be easily invoked because people are so gullible. I'll give you another example. Around the time that the election was going on and Kamala was in the office, or Kamala was campaigning or whatever. Now, what was interesting about that is that kind of pushed everybody to kind of begin to create some sort of understanding of identity, because of the fact that her father was Jamaican and then her mother was Indian. And really, I think that what everybody was trying to say, without the articulate to say it, because people just, say stuff without thinking about it. But what people were trying to say is that not that she was acting Black, because I know I've seen a lot of people say that, but more so that she was acting African American or Black American, which she is not. But I think that with that being the case, it made a lot of people have to kind of try to, what do I think about this? And then also at the time, it was in the middle of the Drake and Kendrick beef. So because of that as well, people started trying to define what they thought about identity. Is he Black? Is he not Black? You know what I'm saying? He has a Black parent. Does that count? Does it count if he's not from America? And I think that it hadn't been as much of a big conversation as it had been at that point, because it was really media induced. And I feel like a lot of it really was pushed by, what the media really was pushing them towards. So I see my brother dropped off here. He may have some computer issues going on. So I'm going to see what's going on with him.
these technical difficulties is messing with my space. So I'm
I
gonna be
feel you.
safe.
We got you covered.
Be safe and say we could do a part two. Hopefully, we could get another one in this month. You just check your schedule, and we do
Sound like
another
a
one.
plan.
Yeah, so I want to make sure get this in because I got some questions, and you got some questions, and what I'm saying,
Oh yeah, I got
because they
mad
want to
for
be starting something, because they got to be starting something over here. So definitely, um, get where people can find you, where they can check out your podcast, everything. Anything else that you want to plug before we go?
Okay, so for all the social media platforms, you can put in Empress Eshe and I should pop up. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, also on the Threads and X and all of the different platforms. And also, if you go on YouTube, you can look up Empress Eshe or you can put in my new voice. And my videos will come up. I have my new voice videos that I'm doing. I also have a new thing that I'm trying called MNV Uncut, and that's going to be some of the ones where, we kind of going a little bit deeper. We kind of getting a little bit more unfiltered. So I have both of those now at this point. So I'm working on a couple of things. Also for the music that me and my husband are doing right now, we starting up some hot stuff for this next year. So if y'all want to go on those platforms on Facebook and Instagram right now, you can put in Obasi Obasieye, Obasi, and then you'll be able to find our music pages on there as well.
But the family got them bars, okay? Running the family. All right. So we will schedule
Oh
a
yeah.
part. Empress, honest to you, honest to your husband, honest to your family, all them beautiful children and your family, you know what I'm saying? Mama, Baba, everybody, love them all. You come from a strong, wonderful African legacy and
Okay.
honest to you, excited for what's coming next. So we're gonna go and we'll
All
be
right.
back.
We'll see you next time.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
You cannot go without this book, and let me explain why. Voices of the Diaspora, written by Knowledge Born Allah, takes you through countless and countless different blacks. From our scholars, our warriors, our great sisters, and even entrepreneurs. It speaks to the past, the present, and the future. There's even an action plan for us that are serious about businesses that we wanted to take on. Entrepreneurship is one of the first things that he speaks about. And if you're an avid reader, this is a 5-part series. So this is not only a great resource for ourselves, it's a great resource for us as parents. We can teach it and incorporate it into our lesson plans for our children.